Why moderation is failing families of the Family Rescue series for Unplug to Plug in the Connection series. Why moderation is failing families. There's a cultural belief. Society is normalizing. Moderation is the solution to any addictions with technology or any addictions. We are confronting the idea that families can simply manage addictive behaviors instead of confronting them and dealing with them head on. So the primary lie we are exposing here is just use moderation, just manage it. Or its cousins, everything is fine in balance. Just control it, do not overreact. It's only a little. This lie protects addiction more effectively than denial itself, because moderation sounds wise. Sounds like it's still healthy, okay. I say all the time, eat in moderation. But there's things I wouldn't do in moderation. Alcohol, drugs, anything that you're putting in the body, it depends what it is here. Alcohol, drugs, tobacco, the list goes on, and including technology. So moderation sounds wise, but it's quietly allowing destruction to continue. It does it behind the scenes. Pretty sneaky, if you ask me. So the core truth we are restoring here is addictions cannot be managed, ever. Addictions are not meant to be managed, nor are they ever meant to be managed through moderation. They are broken because they are not aligned with the truth. They are aligned with the lies we talk about. You can look at the core three. We talk about the truth and we talk about the lies. And what you get with the truth is you get rewards and you get wisdom. And the lies, you get the school of hard knocks. You get the consequences, the weeds. So basically, technology is enslaving our brain. And this cannot be negotiated with, because our brain only knows how to do a few things. And it obeys whether it's truth or not, the lies. So what's actually happening neurologically? Addictions operate in the dopamine survival circuitry of our brain. That's where it goes on. That's where addictions of any sort are. Once the loop forms from the brain and the body, the brain does not seek moderation. The brain seeks more dopamine. The brain seeks more stimulation, more, higher hits, higher tolerance. I need more, I need more. It seeks repetition and it seeks escalation. The brain is not asking, how much is healthy? Oh, this might be too much. Oh, this is not enough. No. The brain is asking, how quickly can I find relief again? That's what the brain asks. Moderation assumes it's a neutral brain. We do not have that. Addiction operates in a rewired brain. When you've got brain that is operating neurologically and it's wired healthy versus when addiction has been involved, it doesn't matter if it's cocaine, technology, gambling, shopping, the list goes on, whether we ingest it, engage in it, or both. Our brain and our body gets rewired, and it's a loop that just keeps going. And neither one are listening to our spirit, the truth, or God. So mentally, in our mind, moderation allows families and people to avoid confrontation because I'm just doing it moderately. It's all good. Instead of naming the problem, people say, let's just cut back. I can handle cutting back. I can do that. Let's not make this a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not that bad. I only check it once in a while. I only do it once in a while. But what is avoided expands silently. What is avoided and not faced, and when it is ignored, it expands silently. That is huge. That should be enough to scare you to say, I need help. Familial wise, moderation protects peace in the temporary moment. Short-term pain does not bring long-term relief, but it destroys trust over time. Trust erodes. Family members begin sensing something is wrong, but no one is allowed to say it. No one can say what the elephants are. So silence grows, distance grows, resentment grows, and division and separation happen, and addiction takes over. It's loud but silent. So Scripture never teaches moderation with destructive patterns. It teaches distinction, sacred versus common, clean versus unclean. So we've got sacred and clean, we've got common and unclean. And when families blur these distinctions, they lose discernment. They can't use discretion, discipline, or discernment. And when discernment disappears, disaster follows. Disease, disaster, and destruction follows. So culturally, our culture worships moderation because it allows everything to stay permissible. And I'm going to tell you, check out the Bible. Everything may be permissible, but not everything is beneficial. And there is a difference. Nothing must be confronted, or confessed with culture these days. Nothing must be surrendered or truthfully spoken. Everything simply becomes, it's my personal choice. I have every right to do it. I am of legal age. I can do what I want to do. Or even if they're not of legal age, they're going to say that. And it could be somebody 80 years old, their life just totally fading away, destroyed. Well, it's my personal choice. But families are not destroyed by personal choice alone. They are destroyed when truth is removed from the conversation. There cannot even be truth discussed and dealt with and worked through. So symptoms that everyone we are seeing, families are minimizing destructive behaviors because of fears, because of threats, because of vengeance, hate, the list just goes on, revenge, and escalating digital addiction in children and spouses and siblings and family members, quiet resentments between the family build. Disconnection is inside the home, division, separation, inside families and homes, even if you're geographically located. And everyone keeps repeating the same phase. Just use moderation. Cost if we keep ignoring this. We're already seeing the conclusions, the results of this. Individually, the person loses control of their own mind and body, their own beliefs and behaviors. Meet them. Me first, me only. Family, trust erodes. Silence replaces honesty. And resentment replaces connections. In the future, children grow up believing that addictive behavior is normal life. They don't know it any other way. The cycle multiplies and it only gets worse. So we can, reset. One, we can regulate our nervous system and release. Before going full on with addiction, we have to regulate our brain and our body, our nervous system. We have to calm our nervous system down. Breathing techniques, qigong, yoga, anything to balance also the right and left side of the brain and body. Regulation prevents confrontation and it prevents it from becoming chaos. And then 2, we're going to reconnect with the truth. God, spirit, wisdom. Moderation is not wisdom when something is enslaving us. We've got to speak the truth. Truth restores clarity. Then 3, we got to expose the lies. Identify the scripts protecting the behavior. Identify the lies preventing the behavior or bringing about the behavior. It's not that bad. Everyone does it. Everyone's doing it these days. Oh yeah, family members saying, all ages are doing it. You think nobody's going to stop? Well, if they don't, it's going to be pretty ugly. Just control it. These are from personal experiences, ancestral and collective as a society. And these are also gifts, doubts, insecurities, fears, temptations. These are survival techniques, coping mechanisms, learned programs, learned conditioning, all of it. And it all protects addiction. All of it protects addiction more than it actually protects people. 4, we're going to rewrite the script. Instead of, we'll moderate it. No, we're going to align with the truth and we're going to deal with this. And everyone's going to be more mentally and physically healthy. 5, we're going to practice aligned behaviors with the truth. We're going to remove the triggers, create structure, have non-negotiables and boundaries. We're going to install rhythms and routines. Repetition. Freedom requires new patterns. Freedom requires new habits. And then we get the proof, number 6, the fruit, the evidence. Peace returns, trust rebuilds. There's unity, there's joining together, there's families able to be together again. And evidence replaces chaos, confusion, and conflict. It's amazing. So our bold reproof here is moderation does not defeat addiction. It quietly protects it. So one clear action step is identify one behavior in your home that everyone calls moderation or normal. Ask honestly, is this actually responsible? Is this actually moderation? Or are we lying to ourselves? Is it managed addiction? Have the courage to name the truth. Yeah, we know there could be a lot of rebellion. It can get ugly. You'll find out who has it and what's going on. Here's some family discussion prompts. What behaviors in our home are we calling moderate or normal? Where might we be avoiding uncomfortable truths, the elephants? What elephants are we avoiding and ignoring? What would aligning with the truth look like instead of moderation or normalizing? What rhythms would help us restore peace in our home? These are hard questions to ask. And they're even harder to answer because the truth, the lies will be revealed. All concealed will be revealed. So our culture constantly tells families, just use moderation. It's normal. But what if it's not fixing the problem? What if it is quietly protecting it? We expose why moderation is failing families and why here today. Addictive patterns cannot be managed through balance alone. It does not work because what is enslaving the brain and the body cannot be negotiated with. The brain cannot do that, and neither can the body. The body has to be obedient to what we believe, whether it's true or the lie, truth or the lies. We must confront it with the truth, and the truth you are hearing. Moderation and normalizing are failing. The moderation lie, the normalizing lie, balance is not fixing it. We have to escalate this strategically. We have to remove the most socially acceptable defense addiction hides behind. We have to remove this. So next, we're also going to be talking about dopamine gluttony, why the brain keeps demanding more, why it is not ever enough. Because once moderation normalization collapses, people finally start asking, why does this keep escalating? Why are we not getting anywhere? And this is where the neuroscience hammer drops. Reach out to us, connect with us. No one nor family shall do life alone. We appreciate you. We are thankful for you. And do connect with us.